Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy Rail back with yet another reaction, man. Look, check this out. So today, that the reaction today is just nasty, and I apologize to Tahiry for putting a still on her face like this because she looked mad crazy. So I don't want this to be like something that fucking influences, your thought process because she got the crazy lady eyes right now. That's just kind of how shit happens. But anyway, so I'm scrolling, man. And I see on my timeline that Tahiry talks about how Joe Budden was abusive in her relationship. I'm talking about broke her nose, cracked her ribs, threw her down some stairs, some real just nasty, heinous shit, right? And okay, so the first thing a lot of us do is not believe the woman when she say this, and this, and I do not want to make that mistake. I literally just saw Keke Palmer talking about when she accused Trey Songz of being extra sexually aggressive toward her and shit, and some other nasty shit, and everybody kind of brushed that under the rug, but she had valid points. She was just saying, like, why is it that when a black woman is saying this, well, I don't know if Tahiri's black or she's Latina or whatever. Anyway, it shouldn't happen regardless of the race. But when it happens to a black woman, we the first ones to just go like, oh, hell no. Like, no, you just trying to, tarnish this dude, like, fuck his image up. And, I was like, damn, I do see that a lot. Like, I still see motherfuckers defending Tory for shooting Meg. So it's like, wow. And they was like getting at her, saying like, shorty, you was never shot. Just some ill nasty shit, right? So I've been doing my due diligence to do my best to just like believe the victim first. All right, believe victim first. And then if they full of shit, then that's up to, things and receipts to come out, but believe the victim first. But I couldn't help but notice that on this particular one. Now, I've seen this already. I'm going to do a lot of stopping and pausing and breaking down this video a little bit because she goes for about a good 10 minutes on it. And y'all can feel free to watch the untouched version of this on Hollywood Unlocks page. But I do find it weird that this is about hour, almost damn near 2 hours long, but the title of it is Tahiry Jose speaks out on violent relationship with Joe Budden. Like, is that out of 2 hours, that was the main, like, that's the main headline, but shit, clickbait. Probably one of the reasons y'all made it this far outside of my subscribers, which I love. Salute to y'all. All right, man, enough of my jibber jab, man. I'm gonna get my words throughout, so let's fucking just start this thing up and let's try to break it down a little bit. I don't know.
Hurt by men before, but using that as ammo.
So your previous relationship, where you had domestic violence, that was with Joe?
Now she had Matt. Now look this.
Jason.
Well, I'm not sure which relationship.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I know I'm a piece of shit. I apologize. But can we all peep her energy before she gets into it? I don't know if this is a fuck. Like, man, this is finna bring up some nasty shit in me and I don't want to talk about it. Or is this like a fuck? Like, should I do this? Should I do what's been asked of me? Like, I don't know. Let's just see a little bit. I'm just gonna take it back just a couple seconds. Like, just because this was not her last relationship. I guess he said her last abusive relationship. So let's check it out.
Your previous relationship, where you had domestic violence, that was with Joe?
Look at this.
Jason.
Well, I'm not sure which relationship.
Jason know what time it is. Read this energy.
Shit. Jason, that's a whole other show because it's hard to, how do you heal from something that you watch somebody lie about? for so many years.
Is anybody else look at this energy a little off?
So how are you healing? Because we know you're beautiful on the outside, and we know inside that you can be as beautiful as you want to be on the inside. But how are you healing?
Like, is this Jason's concern
The show
face?
was about a year ago. So for those that don't know, that show was filmed a year ago. We're just not seeing what made it on air. It's hard to heal as just a person. Imagine having to heal in the public eye. So I really never really talked about none of this because.
Yeah, because what?
How do you heal with all this noise, right? I think I'm a strong one, but it's really painful to watch men do what they do, and then because they have a platform, lie about it to your face. Like it's almost like you're making a mockery, like you're making fun of me. It's also my safety that I'm concerned about. I'm Team Tahiry. It's just me guiding here. You know what I'm saying?
What safety is she talking about?
So I think that the way I was dealing with being in a relationship with Joe was tucking it in a back, just tucking it, hiding it, just because I can't stop. I have to continue going because people rely on me, because I have to handle stuff, because I have to grow in this business, because I'm not going to fold. I'm not failing because you want me to. And I just keep going until your trauma meets you. So, the words of my friend Charlamagne, either you meet your trauma or your trauma will meet you. I didn't walk into that house to discuss.
Now, the fact that she said word to Charlamagne, right, was another indication of just how nasty this potentially is, because Hollywood Unlocked is signed to iHeartRadio, and Charlamagne is also signed to iHeartRadio, and Joe Budden's last podcast was Saturday, right? Today is, damn, what the fuck is today in the pandemic? Today is Tuesday. So his last podcast was this past Saturday, and he went for about 45 minutes on fucking Charlamagne, how he just an employee, he can't talk to him about business when it comes to like starting something from the ground or ownership or shit like this. And he was killing Charlamagne and iHeartRadio in one fell swoop. And then the fact that a few days later, this comes out and she shouts out Charlamagne, like, it's something weird and nasty to this, because it can't. I'm not trying to say I don't believe her, right? I don't want to say this because I'm gonna try to fast forward to the part where she talks about the damage he's done outside of how she's dealing with shit. But it's just, when you looking at it, it's just almost so blatantly nasty. Like, she literally could have. It's not like he just reached his peak. He's been at his peak of the podcast game when he first got signed, when he was first cheering about the millions. She could have did this then if she didn't like the energy, but it's like, wow, like right now. So, let's just keep going.
Being in a domestic violence before, it just met me face to face. And then watch your ex say something like, Tahiry will fight a man. I didn't fight him. I was scared to death.
Now, when he said that Tahiry will fight a man, I gotta just be honest, he was like bigging her up when he said this. He was talking about, like, you don't want to fuck with Tahiry like that. Like, you trying to put hands on her, but she'll fuck you up. Like, that's kind of where he was at with it. Or when they was talking about that whole Vado shit, which is, I think, how all this shit started. Which I didn't know. I mean, Vado was on some sucker shit, but I didn't know she threw 2 98-mile-an-hour MLB league fastball apples at a nigga's head. Like, that shit. And she connected. Like, shorty got aim. Like, that shit was like Nolan Ryan or some shit.
And by all means, today, I'm not a fighter. I'm just going to defend me, my mom, my sister. I'm the oldest. I'm going to defend everything I love and I work hard for.
That sounds like a fighter.
But no, I don't walk around throwing apples or fighting a man. Like,
but you did throw apples.
Before.
Right. He said that.
That that relationship left me with a fractured rib,
Oh.
a broken nose because somebody was sending him a message, and I used to always say, "Oh, stop beefing out there. Oh, I'm out there still working." And he hit me on that nose and then pushed me down a flight of stairs. I remember having to talk him out of letting me go that day. I remember having a plan to leave because the reason why he was so upset was because I was already leaving. Looking through my phone and shit, but I had already told him, give me 2 weeks to pack up my things. And he agreed to it, and then started looking through my phone. Next thing you know, I got woken up by him dragging me from my ankle. I managed to get up from that floor. I remember having everything in my bag, all the things that I needed to have in that bag, my passport, my birth certificate, the shit I needed. That's all I needed to get some money that I had already had together because I was raised better. I never saw my father hit my mom. I knew better, but I don't know. I became that person that you hear about. But
and you never thought you would be that person.
Oh, and the women need to know that a man will break your spirits before he actually puts his hands on you. It started with verbal abuse.
Yeah, that's true too. Now, I'm not going to, do this whole thing. Feel free to finish it all up. But it was just some weird shit that I wanted to point out and talk about, but she just goes deeper down the rabbit hole of what it's like for women in domestic violence relationships and things of that nature. So by all means, go hit up Hollywood Unlocked if you want the rest of this. But before I wrap this all up, I'm just saying, like, hitting women is never good. It's never okay. Okay. And then I even seen things in the comments back when Tahiry got into it with Vado about throwing the apples. And it was like, shit, if a woman starts shit and hits a man, then he got the right to hit her back. I don't subscribe to that. And I feel like that's like a lot of mama energy. Like, boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't you let that girl whoop your ass. If she hit you, you better hit her. And it's like, mom, she's a girl. It's like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it is. Maybe your mama's one of them. Maybe you one of them mamas. And I can't tell you if you're right or wrong. I can just tell you that how I roll. And with my kids, like with my son, like say a big bitch was like, cause I've been attacked by some big ass women. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell them like you know what I'm saying? Like I tell anybody, use your feet. And no, I don't mean 2-step on shorty face or Millie rocking no crazy shit. When I say use your feet, I mean run, motherfucker, like get out the jam. But this shit, I don't know. It's the timing. It's the nastiness. And no corporation is above trying to devalue a nigga when he's about to leave. Like, we don't know the behind the scenes deals. Like, the timing of this all seems a little auspicious. Ooh, big words for your ass. But, yeah, man. And, I don't want to pick no sides because it's both nasty. If it's true, he a nasty nigga for it. And then it raises a good question. Like, if he used to whoop women's asses in the past, right? And he's completely pro-woman now, what is the statute of limitation for saying like, okay, well, he used to be a piece of shit, but now he's a better dude now? Or does that never happen? Like, does that always stain you? Like, is that just a felony on your women beater, you know what I'm saying, jacket or something? Like, I don't know. This shit just all seems nasty, man. And then if Tahiry's lying or if she's exaggerating, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like that's nasty. That you would partake in some shit like this, knowing the long ass relationship y'all had, and it looked toxic as hell. I mean, we seen them together on Joe Budden TV, him stalking her and shit while he was recording. Like, this is all on Joe Budden's TV. Like, this is what he does. He was the first Love and Hip Hop in a sense, but I mean. And then for them to do a show together again and then everybody cheering for them to get back together, it's just a lot of weird, nasty shit that the second the black man goes up against the system, days later, it's an attempt to, and that's why we're where we're at. That's why we always where we at. That's why we can't believe victims, or we want to believe them, or we skeptical, or we completely kill a nigga because it's all nasty. But hey, what the fuck do I know, man? Protect black women. Wash your hands. You know what it is. Fuck the police. Hey, love y'all. Love my subscribers, man. Salute to y'all. And your boy's out.